How's it going? So I'm going to tell you the best way, at least I think, on how to collect comic books. So this is what I do. I often think about, if I started collecting comic books, like really started collecting comic books, like what would I do? Well, first thing I would do, obviously, I would get a Hulk run. So I was thinking about, okay, what would be the best way that I could complete a Hulk run? Now, Hulk obviously still continues to this day. I'd probably try to go up, was it 474? I think it stops at. And I thought, oh, okay, what's the best way? So I think what a lot of people do is they would start just buying random books or books they could afford, But I'd be like, okay, what's my goal? So first you have to establish your goal. And I'd be like, okay, what's my goal? Okay, I want to complete the run. Okay. And then what do I have in mind? Well, I really don't want, say Hulk number 433 in like a 6.0. Like that doesn't really do much for me. So I definitely want that in the highest grade. So do I want to get them all cased? Now, I'm getting all these books towards the end, from like the 90s and early 2000s. They're all cased. That takes a lot of room. Maybe I could just go with raw. So what I would probably do, and what I think the best way to do is to complete this run, is you want to start with the big ones first. Now, why do you want to start with the big ones? So that'd be like Hulk 1, Hulk 2, Hulk 181, maybe Hulk 180, and maybe 102. So those are the big ones you want to start with first. And I'd probably try to start with Hulk 181 and Hulk 1 first. Now, the reason why is, let's say, a lot of people will do this. They'll be like, oh, I'm not going to start with that. I'm going to start with the easier to get books. So I want a lot of them. So, I'll get Hulks in the 300s, Hulks in the 200s, Hulks in the 400s, and just get a bunch of those books and then slowly get keys later. The problem with that is the keys tend to go up. Like Hulk number 455 is not going to all of a sudden start skyrocketing over time. It will probably be the same value in 5 years. And maybe even 10 years, maybe gone up slightly. So but the Hulk 181 and Hulk 1, those are going to go up in price significantly in 5 to 10 years. So the best idea is to get the big ones out of the way first, because if you wait too long, now they're even more expensive and more out of reach. Like go back 10 years ago, what was a Hulk 181 worth and a Hulk 1 worth? A lot less than it is today. So you probably want to, so the way you'd probably do it is either, if you're trying to complete a run, sell all the other stuff that you have so you can complete this run. So like when I was collecting, I would just collect random stuff. Here's a Spider-Man, an Iron Man book, a Batman book, whatever. I'd probably get rid of that stuff so I could get some capital. I'd start saving money and put away money every month, every week, whatever it is, to get a Hulk 1. Then I would just jump down. Now, a Hulk 1, obviously, if you want a high-grade run of Hulk, you can't be getting like, a 9.8 of Hulk 1 or even an 8.0 or any of that. It's way too expensive. So I'd probably try to get a nice-looking low-grade copy, maybe a 1.0, a 2.0, whatever it is. Because once you get that copy, and let's say years down the line, you have completed your Hulk run, and now you want to start upgrading those copies, at least you already have a Hulk 1 that you could trade in for a better, say you have like a 1.5 or a 2.0. You could trade that in and a little bit of money to maybe get a 3.0 or a 4.0. But if you have to start from getting that, it's going to be way too expensive. So get into the big keys first. So I would go for Hulk 1, definitely first, and maybe even a Hulk 181 first. I would get those. And that's the thing that sucks. It's going to take a lot of time to get the Hulk 1. A lot of saving, a lot of selling the stuff that you have that don't follow Hulk. But then once you get it, everything's easier. So then Hulk 2 would be vastly easier, and then you just go down the list like that. And then probably what I would do is for like the bulk stuff, like, in the 200s, 300s, 400s, stuff like that, I would probably just get a, you can find them all the time. People will sell lots of like, oh, I have Hulk, 300 to 400, whatever. You find that in a nice grade, high value set, and I just buy that. Then I would thumb through and find like, oh, this one's like, they're not graded. So it'd be like, this one's like an 8.0. Okay, I'll get rid of that and I'll just go find a nice copy. But you can find like these high grades. People have runs that they already kind of put together. You can find them already, and then you can thumb through them, and whatever your barrier to entry is. So it's like, I want everything 9.4 and up for these later issues, or maybe 9.8 and up. You thumb through it, you're like, oh, this is not 9.8, this is not 9.8, this is not 9.8. And then you pull those out, and then you can go search for those individually. But at least you got the bulk done. And I would do probably something like that to get like the bulk of the stuff. But I definitely start with the most expensive stuff first, work my way down. Then once, let's say I'm in like Hulk number like 110, 120, stuff like that. Not keys, but I would probably set a barrier that I'd want, say like at least an 8.0 on something like that, maybe a 9.0. I'd probably start getting those, like buy them already graded. And then I can always come back and upgrade later. So I'd probably set like, where do I want to stop, where I care if they're graded or not. And then going forward, because it's like, then maybe down the line, once I have a complete set, then I'll upgrade it all. And maybe that Hulk number like 455, I'll buy in a 9.8. I have it raw in a 9.8, but I'll buy it graded in 9.8. Or maybe if they're nice enough, I'll send the ones I have myself. I'd probably do, that's probably what I would do. I've thought about this a lot. I'd probably start with the most expensive, just because it's just going to cost way too much money in the future to buy them like 10 years down the line. Say they've gone up, 25% or 50%. That's a lot of money. I know for a fact that a Hulk number of 455 or 413, whatever number, those aren't going to be going up by 25, 50%, or 100%, or whatever, the margin that Hulk 1 or Hulk 181 goes up by. So I would definitely go with those. Get the big ones out of the way first. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, but it's so expensive. And that's the problem that people run into. It's like, oh, it's so expensive. I would have to wait months and months, maybe even years to get that Hulk 1 to save up money. And I want stuff now. So maybe you buy one of those lots that have like 50 issues, the later issues, and that's how you like kind of quench that thirst of needing stuff now. But you really should be saving for the big keys first. Same with like any run you're trying to do. Now, if I was going to collect and I didn't care about the run and I just wanted key books that I wanted, so it's like, oh, I like Wolverine, so I'm gonna get Hulk 181, 180, 182, Wolverine limited series, maybe 1 through 4, Wolverine 1988 number 1, Giant Size X-Men number 1. I think it's like third appearance, kind of. It's like X-Men 94, maybe X-Men 133 is for solo. If I was going like that, just collecting people I liked, or it's like, and also like Punisher, so I want, Spider-Man 129, 135, then I would definitely find the issues that I want, like the characters or the issues or the keys, what I want, and I would go for the most expensive as well with those first. And then, figure out, okay, maybe it's like, oh, I really want, Hulk 181 or Punisher, Spider-Man 129. So I want like at least a 9.4. Well, maybe get a 9.0, so at least you can get that, and then come back and later and upgrade everything instead of starting with like the most expensive first. Oh, I want a 9.8 of that. Unless you can afford it, then yeah, jump into that. But that's probably how I would start. I think that is the best way. That would probably save you the most money in the long run, is just getting with the big keys first, at least getting them, because like I said, if your goal is to get a Spider-Man 129 and 9.8 eventually, like that's what you want. If you get it in a 9.0 or a 9.2 or whatever, and eventually you're going to trade up, at least if you did it like now and say in like 5 years when you can afford that 9.8, at least you have that 9.0, and so that 9.0 also went up in value, same as the 9.8 went up in value. So you can always trade that in and, trade it in, sell it, get the money, whatever you want to upgrade. So just get in first. I think that's the best way. Let me know your thoughts on what do you think the best way is to start collecting, or at least the best way to complete a run, or whatever your goal is. Have a great day.